How is it that the son of a poor farmer raised in Kerawala, a small village in Punjab, has become the prince of Indian cricket? Well, that feat can only be attributed to the sacrifices of his father, Lakhwinder Singh Gill. Lakhwinder Singh Gill, a hard-working farmer, laboured relentlessly in the fields, determined to make sure that his family were properly provided for, despite the harsh working environment he had to endure to do so. His son Shubman was born on the 8th of September 1999 in the Fazilka, also known as Bangla, a district in Punjab, and this was where and when his rise to being the Prince of Cricket began. How come? Because his father's dream for his son was to become a professional cricketer, rather than to follow on in his father's footsteps, leading a life of poverty and hard labour working in the fields. Fortunately for Shubman, his father was a keen follower and lover of cricket, and though his responsibilities to his family prevented him from trying to make a living from cricket himself, he was determined that Shubman should have the opportunity to follow a path into cricket and make a good living out of it. Early on in his life, Shubman displayed a keen interest in cricket. At a very young age, he was often seen playing a game with a makeshift bat and ball made from whatever materials he could find and use for the purpose, and often mimicking players he saw on television. His fascination for the sport wasn't just a passing phase, it was a burning passion that soon became evident to everyone around him. Noting how keen and talented his son seemed to be in the sport of cricket, his father Lakhwinder made up his mind to do all in his power to turn Shubman's talent and both of their dreams into reality. This was not going to be an easy job, considering Lakhwinder's limited finances, but he was determined to give his talented son all of the support, training, and opportunities that he possibly could. One of Lakhwinder's first steps was to create an environment conducive to Shubman's growth as a cricketer. On their farm, he constructed a cricket pitch, a rare sight in a rural village like Kerawala. It was an unconventional thing to do, but Lakhwinder's conviction was unwavering. "I wanted him to have the best possible start," he once said. "If he was serious about cricket, I had to be serious about supporting him." Every day after finishing his work in the fields, Lakhwinder would spend hours bowling to his son. He came up with unique ways to hone Shubman's skills, such as placing a mat on the pitch to replicate unpredictable bounces, and by using rubber balls to enhance his son's reflexes. Leather balls were also introduced into Shubman's training at a very young age in order to prepare him for the challenges of competitive cricket. Despite the financial burden of introducing such items and facilities into Shubman's training regime, both Lakhwinder and Shubman's mother Kirat were determined to give their son every opportunity to succeed. As a result, they were prepared to make significant sacrifices, which often meant them foregoing personal comforts to ensure that Shubman had access to proper coaching and equipment. When Shubman expressed his desire to attend a cricket academy, Lakhwinder didn't hesitate. He moved the family to Mohali, a busy city which offered better facilities and training options for his son. This relocation was a turning point in Shubman's life, as it allowed him to receive professional coaching and compete against stronger opponents. However, such a decision also meant that Lakhwinder had to forego his work on the farm, which was a sacrifice that placed enormous financial pressure on the family as a whole. Despite these challenges, Lakhwinder remained totally focused on Shubman's progress. He would accompany his son to practice sessions and patiently wait for hours, whilst closely monitoring his son's progress. Shubman later recalled how his father would motivate him during the tough times. "He always told me that hard work and discipline were the keys to success. I owe everything to him," Shubman said. By the age of 8, Shubman was already being coached by professional coaches and making waves in local cricket tournaments. His batting technique, which had been refined through years of practice with his father, was far superior to that of his peers. Coaches and selectors began to take notice of the young boy, who could effortlessly play drives and cuts with the precision of a seasoned cricketer. Lakhwinder's belief in his son's abilities was so strong that he even dismissed offers to enroll Shubman in other sports. "He is meant to play cricket," Lakhwinder would often say, strongly rejecting suggestions that Shubman should pursue academics or other career paths. Shubman's relentless hard work and natural talent eventually paid off. He was selected for the Punjab Cricket Association's academy, where his performances were nothing short of extraordinary. At the age of 14, he scored a record 351 runs in an inter-district under-16 tournament, further cementing his reputation as a prodigious talent. Gill won the BCCI award for the best junior cricketer for 2 consecutive years in 2013-14 and 2014-15. He was pressing hard for a place in the Indian under-19 team. When selected, Gill starred in India's 3-1 win at home over England in the Youth ODIs, scoring 351 runs in 4 innings. He then went on to maintain his high standards on his first tour of England, which followed soon after. India whitewashed the hosts 5-0, with Gill top scoring again by scoring 278 runs in just 4 innings. It was after the Under-19s World Cup that the cricketing world took notice of Shubman Gill. He was soon to be snapped up by the Kolkata Knight Riders in the Indian Premier League for a whopping 1.8 crore, US dollars 281,000 approximate. This marked a significant turning point in his career and provided him with the platform to showcase his talent on one of the biggest stages in cricket. During his stint with KKR, Shubman displayed a maturity beyond his years. His calm demeanour and effortless stroke play drew comparisons to a legendary Indian batsman such as Rahul Dravid and Sachin Tendulkar, and his ability to adapt to different conditions and situations further solidified his reputation as a player to watch. In December of 2020, Gill made his debut for the Indian Test team during the Border Gavaskar Trophy in Australia, which is one of the toughest tours in international cricket. His composed batting under pressure played a key role in India's historic series victory. His 91-run knock in the 4th innings at the Gabba was especially memorable, showcasing his fearless approach and impeccable technique against the formidable Australian bowling attack. Shubman Gill cemented his place in the Indian cricket team across all formats in the following years. He scored his maiden Test match century in December 2022 against Bangladesh and quickly followed it up with a double century during the first ODI between India and New Zealand. He smashed a magnificent 208 off 149 balls, becoming the youngest player ever to record a double century in men's ODIs at 23 years and 132 days old, helping India to secure a 12-run victory. In interviews, Shubman often speaks about his father's role with immense gratitude.
Tell you who my real hero is. My father is my real hero. Because I think सभी के parents उनके heroes होते हैं. But for me, it's my father. My real hero.
He's not just my coach or mentor, he's my biggest inspiration, Shubman once said. Every run I score is a tribute to the sacrifices he made for me. Lakhwinder in turn remains a proud but humble parent. For him, seeing Shubman flourish on the global stage is the ultimate reward for years of hard work and sacrifice. Shubman Gill's journey from the fields of Fazilka to cricketing royalty is a testament to the power of dreams and the importance of a strong support system. His story serves as an inspiration not only to aspiring cricketers but also to parents who dare to dream big for their children. The Prince of Indian cricket continues to rise, but behind his majestic innings lies the unwavering dedication of a farmer who believed his son was destined for greatness. He has recently also become the captain of the Indian Test team at the age of 25 years and 258 days, making him India's 5th youngest Test captain, the youngest ever being Mansoor Ali Khan Pataudi, who led the team at 21 years and 77 days in 1962 against the West Indies. In his first innings as India's Test captain, Gill scored 147, which is testament to both his talent and ability to deal with pressure, and all the non-playing responsibilities that are required of an international Test captain. In many ways, Shubman Gill embodies the essence of modern Indian cricket, a perfect blend of tradition and innovation, rooted in humble beginnings, but destined for greatness. His journey from the fields of Fazilka to cricketing glory is not just a story of personal triumph, but also a source of inspiration for millions. Will Shubman Gill become the greatest ever Indian cricketer and surpass the likes of Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, MS Dhoni? Only time will tell, but at the age of only 25, time is on his side. Shubman Gill, the Prince of Indian cricket, is here to reign, and his story is a testament to the fact that no dream is too big when matched with determination and hard work. And his influence also extends beyond the cricket field. He has become an inspiration for countless young cricketers, particularly those from rural and economically disadvantaged backgrounds. Gill is also a brand ambassador for several major companies, highlighting his marketability and influence as a modern sports icon. Despite his growing fame and fortune, he has not forgotten his roots and often speaks fondly of his village and the sacrifices made by his family. But at just 25, Shubman Gill's cricketing journey is still in its early stages. With his exceptional talent and an unrelenting desire to improve, he has the potential to reach even greater heights. And as a result of the likes of Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma and Ravichandran Ashwin all announcing their retirement from Test match cricket in recent months, Indian cricket looks towards the future and to Shubman to stand as a beacon of hope, poised to help build and lead a new young team to more victories and the setting of new benchmarks.